guest, by the way, sponsored the bill that could lead to the banning of TikTok. Georgia Republican Congressman Buddy Carter is the vice chair of the House Energy and Commerce Committee. And last year, he came face to face with the CEO of TikTok. Watch this.
Why is it that TikTok consistently fails to identify and moderate these kinds of harmful videos? Why is it? Why is it that you allow this to go on? We've already heard, God bless you, from parents who are here with us, who have lost children. I submit to you, everybody up here cares about the children of this country. Tell me why.
This is a real industry challenge, and we're working
No, it's
very
not
hard.
industry. This is TikTok.
We're
talking about TikTok. We're talking about why is it that you can't control this?
Well, guess what? Congressman Buddy Carter joins us now in a Fox Business exclusive. Congressman, do you feel the same way today as you did almost a year ago then?
Even more so today. And I tell you, today is historic, and I am so proud of my colleagues on both sides of the aisle. Congress has spoken today. The House of Representatives has spoken, and they have said, we're not going to do this. We're not going to shun our responsibility of protecting our homeland, of protecting our citizens. Instead, we're not going to let a Chinese Communist Party-owned app operate here in America. Now, if they want to divest themselves and sell their company to an American company, that's fine. But we are not going to sit aside and just stick our head in the sand, pretend like we don't know what's going on here.
Well, let me play devil's advocate, because critics have been making some points. They say, look, if you warn consumers about their data and the exposure of the data and the potential for it, it should be the final choice should be left with the consumers, not the government.
No, look, the government has already banned TikTok to be used on government phones. Now, why would we ban it in the government and not ban it for children? I mean, it just makes sense. And look, again, let me be sure we understand, this is not a ban. This is a decision TikTok's got to make. TikTok is owned by the company ByteDance, which is owned by the Chinese Communist Party. If they will divest themselves of the majority of ownership in this company, then TikTok continues on and people continue to enjoy it and continue to watch it. So it is our responsibility. The number one responsibility of the federal government is to protect our homeland, protect our country. And we would be irresponsible if we did not pay attention to what's going on here. You know, we had a secure briefing. And after that secure briefing, the vote in the Energy and Commerce Committee was 50-0. The facts were overwhelming. And I would challenge the Senate. If you will listen to the same facts that we listen to, you'll agree we need to do this.
So the question is, Congressman, are there enough votes in the Senate? What are you hearing from your colleagues?
Well, it was overwhelming in the House. I was so proud, 352 votes. Yeah. I think that sends a strong message to the Senate that, yeah, we need to take a look at this. And the Senate need to take up this bill. They need to pass this bill. The White House has already said that they would sign it. The president said that. You know, look, we've got three different groups here, the House, the Senate, and the president. And 2 out of the 3 have already said, you know, my dad always told me, son, when it looks like you're the only one who's right and everybody else is wrong, you better stop just a minute and think it might not be everybody else.
He's exactly right. You know, Senator Mark Warner was on this show, Congressman, and you know what he said? He said, look, it doesn't bother me where this company's from. If our data is available to communist China, it's wrong. Listen to this soundbite, and then I'll get your reaction.
It wouldn't bother me that much if this was an American company or a Brazilian company or a French company. But at the end of the day, the Communist Party of China has say-so over the algorithm. And I am not making the claim, but it is very believable that they would be trying to use this algorithm to promote anti-American activity.
That's from Democrat Mr. Warner. I think, both sides of the aisle understand what TikTok and all the data can be used for.
And I think he's spot on. He understands, and that's what this bill does. It identifies that if these are adversarial countries, that they will not be allowed to own the app that is in here. Keep in mind now, China does not allow American apps to be on their phones. And China monitors the content of TikTok in their country. So, we would just, we would be remiss. We would be more than remiss. We'd be irresponsible if we didn't do this.
What about the comments of Donald Trump, Congressman, who at one point said, yes, we should ban this, but now he's kind of flipped and said no, because it will give other competitors an advantage. How would you respond to that?
Well, he's right in the sense that we don't want to give Mark Zuckerberg any more business. But at the same time, again, this decision is to be made by TikTok. They need to decide whether they are going to divest themselves from being involved with the Chinese Communist Party or whether they are going to sell to an American company. They are the ones who have to make the final decision. We are not banning TikTok. We are just saying that if you're owned by the Chinese Communist Party or an adversarial country, Iran, North Korea, Russia, then you're not going to have an app in our country.
Yeah, and very quickly, Congressman, there's been a lot of talk about the number of entrepreneurs and business owners that rely on TikTok. And if they do not sell themselves to another party, they're not going to have that outlet. What would you say to them?
Well, look, they ought to be the ones calling TikTok and saying, hey, you need to be divesting yourself because we depend on this and on this platform. And we need this to be under someone else other than the Chinese Communist Party. You mentioned earlier about us getting all these phone calls, and yes, most of them were from children. And when you expect communist China to be used child labor, but nevertheless, most of them were from young people. And again, we're not banning them. We're just saying that, hey, we were born at night, but not last night. Come on, guys. You're going to let the Chinese Communist Party have all your data here?
Yeah, we'll have to leave it there, Congressman Buddy Carter. But, congratulations on the vote in the House. And, of course, we'll all be following very carefully what happens in the Senate. But thanks for joining us.
Thank you.